2016 was right on the cusp of a huge national campaign around marriage equality. When I was a kid growing up, one of the first things I realised when I found out that I was gay was that I wouldn't be able to get married. You know, I wouldn't have a honeymoon, I wouldn't have a fiance, I wouldn't have parents-in-law. You know, all of these really significant milestones that we expect in people's lives, all of a sudden, because of who I was, you know, that was something I felt like I'm never going to be able to participate in. And so I think it was amazing to see the AFL and AFL clubs, most of them, you know, come out in support of marriage equality during that time. I think it brought their supporters on the journey. You know, if their football club can get on board with it, then it's all right by me.
I think when you start an idea like the Pride match, which has never been done before, you get confidence from the people who will stand with you. And Vic Health was there from day one. Vic Health saw the potential, the power of this, but they also knew that we would need support because we're not experts. And what also Vic Health were always keen to do was to try and measure the impact. Are we making a difference? And what's the evidence in terms of what works and what doesn't work? You know, we've got to continue to evolve because we're learning. It's been so terrific that, you know, the whole community have embraced us and joined with us and supported us to try and have these conversations, but also continue to challenge us and continue to push us to keep reinventing how the Pride game can support different parts of the community.
Yeah, you may think that now that we have marriage equality that this isn't needed anymore, but I can tell you from the research that when it comes to the sporting community, there's still a lot of work to do. So if we want to reduce mental health issues like depression and suicide, alcohol and drug use amongst this community, we need to be investing in those areas where homophobia is still prevalent, and we know that that's sport. And so that's why, you know, it's so great to see the Pride Cup going national and getting into so many different sporting codes around the country. Today in the club rooms behind me, we launched the first evaluation into the Pride Cup movement, which actually looked and had discussions with clubs who have held Pride Cups and also looked at clubs that hadn't held Pride Cups. And what it found was that the use of homophobic language had drastically reduced in those clubs that had held a Pride Cup. And you know, there's kind of rigorous evidence to show the difference that Pride Cup is having in the community. Just further makes the case that we need to continue to grow this in the grassroots and in elite sport across Australia.
Football has a wonderful ability to unite, and that's why we have a responsibility, you know, to use that platform, to use that power for good. And the work's not done. We've got a long way to go, but ultimately, you know, we haven't been successful until such time as we no longer need a Pride game.